Scorpio Rising! Welcome here to Soul Passages Astrology. My name is Georgia Dempsey and I'm your astrologer, and I'm so pleased to have you join me for your June forecast. Before I start, I just want to say thank you for your patience too. Oh my gosh, I've moved in the last month, and since January I've fixed a house, sold a house, packed a house, moved out of an apartment, done a cross-country trek, gotten here to Utah, had to unpack, had to do all that stuff. It's been nuts. And with Mars retrograde, no, the May videos didn't happen. I'm sorry. But I'm here now. I'm set up. I'm thrilled to be back. I even have my angel room. I'm so excited. So anyhow, I'm absolutely thrilled to be back with you. And I thank you for your patience. I know these reports are important to you. All right, so let's talk about June. I know for you, June has a lot to do with you really honing in on what matters the most, Scorpio rising. But it all kind of starts with a grand cross that's forming in the sky, and it's stretching everyone thin, especially in early June. By June 2nd, you should begin to feel that push-pull of the planetary alignment. Saturn, your taskmaster planet, who is now touring Sagittarius in your second house, will be opposing a Sun-Venus connection located in your eighth, which is both considered the house of intimacy as well as other people's money. Now, laying at a 90-degree angle to this second to eighth house axis, thus forming the cross, you also have Jupiter and the north node of the moon in Virgo in your 11th house, and that's opposing Neptune, Chiron, the wounded healer, and the south node, all swimming through the Piscean waters in your 5th house. So what does all of this equate to? Your 11th house Jupiter wants to confer blessings on you through your associations. Network as much as you can with friends, groups, and business associations. You likely have a very humanitarian vision for society, and if you connect with the right people, you can actually pull it off. It is also possible that you could see some rewards from work-related activities at this time. Long-term dreams and goals that you hold dear are also favored. Since, however, there is a cross in the sky, it does not mean that these gifts, it doesn't mean that these gifts are going to fall into your lap without effort. For starters, Chiron, Neptune, and the south node of the moon are causing a bit of a stir in the house opposing Jupiter. The 5th house is the house of fun, passion, lovers, children, and creativity. And there is a sense of fogginess and or woundedness surrounding this part of your life. Some of you could be tending to a sick lover or child, and that could put some tension on obtaining longer range plans, since you're now being forced to focus on what's really important right here at the present moment. Neptune, especially in Pisces, can equate to drug or alcohol abuse. So if you've been imbibing some things that are not good for you, this could also be impacting your dreams, friendships, and even your wallet. And that's your second house Saturn speaking. If you're an artist, this 5th house configuration could leave you feeling wounded or thwarted regarding expressing your talents out onto the world stage. You may be very skilled in the arts and yet not have found a way to get your creative voice heard. If this is the case, maybe it's time for you to decide what's most important in your life. Is it developing your talents? Well, then maybe you need to bring that creative vision into fruition. Now, when it comes to romantic partners, you could find yourself in an awkward position of needing to choose between mates. I say that because you've got Sun, Venus, and Gemini in the 8th house, and that's squaring up to your 5th house of romance. Your 8th house of intimacy is lit up right now, but it is in Gemini, and that always indicates choices or looking at things from different angles. Maybe you're comparing between friends or potential lovers, trying to decide who would be the most ideal partner. If you've been really hurt emotionally in the past, and that's a 5th house Chiron, this could lend itself to being unclear regarding potential mates. Are your relationships balanced, or do you give too much to another person? That's Neptune in the 5th. Do you set lovers up on a pedestal and then find yourself disappointed when they can't meet your vision of perfection? With Chiron in the fifth, there can be a tendency to experiment on the sexual front, but with the Jupiter and Virgo opposition, it pays to be selective, especially if you are trysting with friends. If you've been playing the field widely, either one, this cross could represent the fact that you have been caught in the crosshairs of your own actions, leaving you with tough decisions to make. Add into this complexity the fact that Saturn is forming a square to this 5th and 11th house action. Saturn is asking you to get serious regarding what is most important in your life. Currently, it is hulking in your 2nd house, which is the house of values. What matters to you? Are you strapped for cash because of some nebulous 5th house activities, such as gambling, partying, or playing the scene? If you're attending to a sick child, maybe medical bills are mounting, forcing you to consider different means of financing the bills. That could be the 8th house action. If this is the case, maybe you can reach out to various healing groups or friends for support. That's your Jupiter and Virgo in the 11th. Now bear in mind, however, that there is a square between Jupiter and the Sun, so there can be a tendency to rely too much on other people's money. Maybe you need multiple income streams to help with funding. With Saturn opposing your Sun-Venus connection, it also brings up the question of how much you should rely on yourself versus turning to others for help. Saturn in the 2nd is there to encourage you to not only get focused on what's important, but to help you stand on your own 2 feet. Do you need to develop talents and skills so you can get ahead? How can you restructure finances so you aren't feeling pinched? Are your plans too grandiose for your pocketbook? These are just a few questions that pop into my mind. If you have been indiscriminately experimenting with 5th house matters, that Saturn could also be asking you to value yourself. Is what you are doing for fun really honoring who you are? Maybe so, and maybe not. Only you know the answer to that question. If addictions are a problem, seek help. Not only can they wreck your health, but they can put friends and finances in a real bind. On June 4th, you'll be given ample time to think about finances, for a new moon will be gracing your 8th house. How can you transform your situation? Can you reprioritize and or refinance so you can make your dreams happen? Focus on what's really important and you'll find a way to resolve the dilemma. Between the 13th and the end of the month, you will be given plenty of opportunity to face your inner demons so you can understand what needs to give. Neptune will be moving retrograde through the 5th house on the 13th and will later be joined by a retrograde Chiron at month's end. Expect old issues to resurface, but use this period of inner reflection wisely. What needs to happen in order for your life to move forward in a positive direction? The square between Saturn and Neptune, which will reactivate on the 17th, can leave you feeling uncertain about how to proceed. Insecurity or a lack of self-confidence could be churning up your Piscean waters as you search for the truth of things. Just know that you do have what it takes, Scorpio Rising. If ever there was a sign that can rise up from the ashes of their life to overcome, it is you. Now, by the 20th of the month, you should have a clear picture of what's important, for your 2nd house of values will be lit up by a full Sagittarian moon. Expect emotions to run high as you learn where you're standing regarding finances, resources, talents, and other people's money. Since this fiery moon is sitting in close proximity to Saturn, it's quite possible that more work will be required on your part to shore up your foothold in life. Get serious about what's important and you will overcome the cross you've been feeling in your life. Venus and the Sun will be in Cancer on the same day, lighting up your 9th house. Trust that the universe is only delivering that which you can handle, Scorpio Rising. Look to family and friends for support and nurturance. If a legal or financial matter is coming to a head, you will have some family support to see you through. Now, a trine from Pluto to Jupiter on the 26th could herald in some stellar news. Maybe some of the networking you've been doing is finally paying off. You could also win a business contract or negotiation on this day. Communicate with people in power. That's your third house, Pluto in Capricorn, to see if you can get the support you need for your long-term dreams. That's Jupiter in the 11th speaking. This is a great day to mark your calendar because something of importance is likely to happen and it's got a very positive feeling attached to it. Mars will be going direct on the 29th in your first house of self. Since this god of war and passion is in Scorpio, you should begin to feel a revival of your inner flame. That Scorpio energy wants you to accomplish your goals and dreams so you can transform your situation. What motivates you? What's your passion? What actions do you need to take to turn your financial situation around? With Mars in the first house, there can be a tendency to be a bit pushy as you strive to meet your objectives and further your personal agenda. Just be aware of the fact that all that first house activities are also mirrored into your partnership house. Focus on accomplishing something that is meaningful and magnificent in your life, Scorpio Rising. You have the power to bring into form the very things you deem are worth it. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate all your Google Pluses, likes, and shares. I can't tell you how much it means to me. I am still running my special till June 1, a $50 reading for 1 hour. So if you're interested, give me a call. Information's at the front of the video. Otherwise, I wish you a blessed June. Take care and namaste.